Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. So today's video is going to be about Katie Price's change in face over the last 6 months. I don't know about you, but I've noticed that Katie Price's face has changed dramatically over the last 6 months. Loads, hasn't it? And do you think it's for the good or for the bad? Because do you know what? I mean, I understand the pressure of wanting to stay looking young and stay looking youthful, but do you know what? I feel by having too many procedures done, you do the opposite and you end up making yourself look older and a kind of caricature of yourself, so to speak. I mean, I love, you know, I like the Kardashians, but for example, Kylie Jenner, to me, she's only a young girl and she's looking like she could be 30 years old and she's what, 20? So it just shows to you that plastic surgery doesn't always make you look younger. I still think she looks good, but I do think she looks a lot older than her age. But Katie Price earlier in the year had a was it like a lunchtime facelift, I believe it was. So I think it's like takes minimal amount of time. I think it's relatively cheap. I think it's around about £500, and she's obviously had her boobs done again recently, but I'm really confused with the whole boob thing because I thought she wanted to go smaller to look more natural, and now she's gone huge again. I don't like them. I think they look too big, but I'm all for doing as well. Do whatever you want to do. If it's going to make you happy, if it's going to make you feel good, who cares what anyone else thinks? Do what you want to do. But I also think there's a time where people are doing it to make themselves feel better because they're lacking in confidence, or they're trying to compete with younger girls on the block, and you can't always do that. There's always going to be somebody come along who's prettier, who's slimmer, who's more gorgeous than you, and you've just got to let it go. Let it go. You've just got to let it go, haven't you? So Katie Price is only a few years older than me, I believe. I'm 37 and I think she's 39. And I'd say, I mean, I've never had any work done in my life. Never had any Botox, I've got really big lips naturally, I'm very lucky with that. Never had my lips done. If I had my lips done, my lips would be so blinking big, you'd see my lips before I came into the room. I mean, I've never had any work done on my face at all. But yeah, I mean, I know she's a big fan of lip fillers. I don't mind some lip fillers if they're done well. I think when they're too much, it looks horrible, and you tend to get that horrible lump above the lip as well. But I don't like it when it's too much. But I don't think her lips look terrible. But for me, the thing that's changed her the most, obviously she's had her teeth done again, and whatever about that, they all get their teeth done, don't they? She went to Turkey for whatever reason. I'm guessing it was cheaper. I don't know, don't care. But the thing for me, I think that made the most difference in her face was this facelift. And I actually do think, in my opinion, I think she looked lovely before, and I don't think she needed to have it done. It's one of those ones, I'm sure she said somewhere it was possibly reversible. I'm not too sure how that works, but to me it looks like she's so like that now, and they're saying she looks like what's her name, Jocelyn Weinberg or whatever her name is. People have been comparing her to her, and it's because of the eye thing. So I'll try and get some pictures on the screen of her before and after, and I think this was in just the last 6 months. I'll tell you what's made the difference as well now. Where she's had this facelift done, her eyes look smaller, and definitely look more cat-like, but they definitely look smaller. They were quite big, her eyes before, and now her eyes are quite small. I think now she's going too far, and I think it's also to make herself look good. But then again, if she wants to look this way, who are we to talk about it? But I do feel it sometimes sends out a bit of a funny message to young girls and stuff, and this is why everyone feels it had to look perfect. That's why I have all these Instagram girls who they look fan-blinking-tastic, but they don't really look like that. And then it's so, you know, for the young girls now growing up, I mean, and even for the adults, I mean, for people like me, I feel pressure to look a certain way sometimes, but I'll only do what I want to do. Like, I'd never probably go under the knife, I'd never say never, but to me it's just I can't see it happening. I'm not that way inclined. I'm too scared for one, and I just wouldn't want to have it done. I'd be too worried about it going wrong. But I just feel that there comes a time where you think, look, I've got to stop this, because where does it blinking end, you know? And I do think some of these girls are making themselves look worse than they did before, and they definitely look older than what they did before. Unfortunately for Katie Price, I think what she has done has aged her. She looks way in her 40s in these pictures. I mean, as you said, me and her are very similar age, and I've never had any work done, and I feel that she just looks a lot she does look just older now. She's had all this work done. I know she used to spend a lot of time in the sun and stuff like that, so obviously her skin would have aged. I didn't used to have my face, even though I've got loads of lines and stuff, and I don't care, but I didn't used to put my face loads in the sun all the time, because I used to get a bit brown, but I wasn't like baby oil over my face, you know, caking it, but I did used to like get a tan when I used to go on my holes. But as a whole, you know, I just feel that it's made her look older. But what do you guys think? When do you think enough is enough? And should there be some emphasis on the surgeon saying, look, I feel you don't need this? I mean, nobody normally has a facelift in their 30s, do they? Or any kind of facelift. I mean, do you not think that some of this should be put back onto the surgeon? Because I think they have a right, they have a responsibility as a doctor. If they feel doing this procedure on somebody is going to actually make them look older, not make them look any better, there needs to be some kind of, they need to take responsibility for some of this, don't they, surely? Because they know at the end of the day whether these procedures are going to work for them most of the time or not. Surely they can look at Katie and say, look, she's a 30-something-year-old girl, you don't need this facelift, come back in 10 years, come back in 5 years, you know. Why are they allowed to get away with doing these procedures and making people look worse? I just don't understand it. But I just want to know your thoughts on it, because I mean, I agree, anyone can do whatever they want, but there comes a time when you think, do you know what? What are you going to be doing? I mean, like, you're going to be 80 years old, be at the old, you know, Botox clinic going, oh, knock me up with some Botox. Do you know what I mean? It's just you've got to learn to, I think, be happy to a degree of how you are, and just try and work with what you have. And I think Katie looked lovely before. I don't think she looks bad now, but I definitely, unfortunately, think she's aged, and that's such a shame. I'm hoping maybe over time it's going to drop a bit, or she'll have it undone or something, because I don't think she needs it. But anyway, there's my short and sweet video on Katie Price's changing face over the last 6 months. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit the bell notification button so you know when I upload a new video, and I hope you have a lovely day.